Picture the toughest man on the planet, David Goggins. What is it that sets him apart? He possesses an immeasurable strength of will. But where does this willpower come from? Is it just pure grit, raw determination, or is there more to it? This force we call willpower, it's the fuel that propels us forward, the compass that navigates us through life's stormy seas. It's the unyielding resolve that turns dreams into reality, and the relentless drive that overcomes the insurmountable. But it's not just about being headstrong and tenacious, it's more nuanced than that. Enter Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that's as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. Stoicism teaches us about inner strength and resilience. It's not about suppressing emotions, but managing them. It's about understanding that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we react. It's about self-discipline, perseverance, and emotional control, all critical components of willpower. Stoicism and willpower are intertwined, each feeding off the other. The Stoic principles of resilience, self-discipline, and emotional control are the building blocks of willpower, and in turn, willpower enables us to practice Stoicism, to stay calm amidst the storm, to keep moving forward when the going gets tough. But here's where it gets really interesting. This force of willpower, this ability to persevere, to control our emotions, it's not a matter of character or personality. Willpower, it seems, isn't just about grit and determination, it's also about your brain, specifically a part of it called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, or AMCC. Neuroscience is now showing us that the strength of our willpower is directly linked to this brain area. So what does this mean? It means that willpower is not something we're born with or without. It's a muscle we can exercise and strengthen. It's a skill we can develop and hone. And the practices of Stoicism can be the gym where we work out this muscle. The Stoic philosophy, dating back to ancient Greece and Rome, has much to teach us about building willpower. The Stoics were philosophers, thinkers, who believed in the power of the mind. They asserted that true happiness and fulfillment don't come from external possessions or circumstances, but from within, from our ability to control our reactions and emotions. They held that we should strive to be self-disciplined, to persevere in the face of adversity, and to keep our emotions in check. These principles, they believed, could form an invincible inner strength, willpower. The Stoics were masters of willpower. They understood that willpower is like a muscle. It needs to be flexed, it needs to be exercised. It's through self-discipline that we can strengthen this muscle. Self-discipline to the Stoics meant doing what needs to be done, even when it's hard or inconvenient. It's about sticking to your commitments, pushing through discomfort, and staying the course, even when the going gets tough. Consider Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was born a slave. Despite his circumstances, he strove to live by the principles of Stoicism, practicing self-discipline, perseverance, and emotional control. Even when faced with hardship, he never lost sight of his values. He once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." His willpower, his ability to control his reactions and emotions, was his freedom. Then we have Seneca, another Stoic philosopher who faced exile and political turmoil with Stoic calm. He once wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Seneca understood that adversity, not comfort, is the true test of willpower. It's when we face challenges that we get to exercise our willpower muscle. These principles of Stoicism, centuries old, are as relevant today as they were then. Think of the challenges that we face in our modern lives, the stress of work, the pressure of social media, the temptation of instant gratification. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to give in, to lose control. But what if we applied the Stoic principles of self-discipline, perseverance, and emotional control? What if we flexed our willpower muscle? Imagine a student studying for an important exam. It's late at night and he's tired. His friends are out partying and he's tempted to join them, but he decides to stay in and study. He's practicing self-discipline, he's exercising her willpower. Or consider a young man dealing with a breakup. He's heartbroken and it's easy for him to drown his sorrows in unhealthy habits. But instead he chooses to face his emotions, to process them, to learn from them. He's practicing emotional control, he's strengthening his willpower. These are just examples, yet they show how the Stoic principles can empower us, how they can strengthen our willpower. It's not about denying our emotions or suppressing our desires. It's about understanding them, controlling them, using them to our advantage. It's about realizing that we have the power to shape our reactions, our actions, our lives. As you can see, Stoicism and willpower are intertwined. The principles of self-discipline, perseverance, and emotional control can strengthen our willpower, helping us achieve our goals and overcome life's challenges. Now let's delve into the fascinating world of neuroscience and uncover the brain's role in willpower. The human brain, a complex organ, holds the keys to many mysteries, one of which is our willpower. Central to this is a region that's called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, or AMCC. This isn't just a fancy term thrown around in neuroscience circles, but a vital part of the brain that plays a significant role in how we muster the will to push through challenging situations. The AMCC is like a control center, regulating our responses to pain, conflict, and uncertainty. Think of it like the captain of a ship, steering us through the stormy seas of life. When we face a challenge, it's the AMCC that helps us keep our cool, maintain focus, and make the right decisions. Let's take an example. You're trying to finish a marathon, your legs are aching, your lungs are burning, and every part of you is screaming to stop. But you push on. This is your AMCC in action, helping you override the pain and fatigue and persevere towards your goal. Interestingly, the AMCC isn't just a passive player, it's a dynamic part of your brain that can be strengthened and grown. And how do we do this? By challenging ourselves, by stepping out of our comfort zones every single day, and by embracing the principles of Stoicism. The Stoics understood this well through practices such as self-discipline, control over emotions, and perseverance. They were unknowingly training their AMCC, enhancing their willpower. These practices align perfectly with modern neuroscience, showing us that the Stoics were onto something centuries before we even knew what the brain looked like. Now you might be thinking, great, I'll start training my AMCC right away. But remember, just as a muscle needs consistent exercise to grow and maintain its strength, so does your AMCC. The moment you stop challenging yourself, stop pushing your boundaries, the AMCC will begin to shrink. It's a use it or lose it situation. The key here is consistency. Persistently engaging in practices that challenge you physically and mentally can keep your AMCC active and strong, thus enhancing your willpower. So whether it's sticking to a rigorous exercise routine, learning a new language, or practicing mindfulness, and most importantly, it needs to be something you don't want to do. Remember that every challenge you overcome is a win for your AMCC and thus your willpower. Moreover, it's not just about taking on any challenge. It's about choosing challenges that align with your values, your goals. This is where the Stoic practice of aligning actions with principles comes into play. By choosing hard and meaningful challenges, you're not only strengthening your AMCC, but also fostering a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment. As we navigate life's stormy seas, it's crucial to remember that our brains aren't just passive observers, but active participants in our journey. By understanding and harnessing the power of the AMCC, we can enhance our willpower, boost our resilience, and live in alignment with our values and principles. So next time you're faced with a challenge, remember your AMCC. Remember the power of willpower. Remember the wisdom of the Stoics. And most importantly, remember that within you lies an incredible strength, a strength that can be harnessed, nurtured, and grown. By understanding and harnessing the power of our brains, we can strengthen our willpower and navigate life's stormy seas with greater resilience and determination. That's the power of Stoicism and neuroscience combined. Let's now explore some real-life examples where the application of willpower and Stoicism can significantly enhance one's life. Consider the story of James, a high school dropout who was caught in a cycle of crime and despair. With a bleak future ahead, he discovered Stoicism and its principles of self-control, discipline, and acceptance. James began to see his hardships not as a life sentence, but as a challenge to overcome. He went back to school, worked multiple jobs, and eventually earned a scholarship to a prestigious university. Today, James is a successful entrepreneur, attributing his transformation to the power of Stoic philosophy and the willpower it instilled in him. Next, let's turn our attention to the world of sports. Here we meet Jason, a professional basketball player who suffered a career-threatening injury. Faced with immense physical and emotional pain, Jason turned to Stoic teachings. He embraced the discomfort, viewing it as a necessary part of her journey to recovery. Through rigorous rehabilitation and mental conditioning, Jason made an inspiring comeback, proving that willpower, fueled by Stoicism, can conquer seemingly insurmountable obstacles. In the realm of personal development, we find Sam, a young man struggling with crippling social anxiety. Sam's journey towards self-improvement began when he stumbled upon the teachings of the ancient Stoics. He learned to accept his fears not as weaknesses, but as aspects of his humanity that he could work on. By practicing Stoic principles of mindfulness, acceptance, and courage, Sam gradually overcame his anxiety. Today, he leads workshops on overcoming social anxiety, inspiring others with his story of transformation through Stoicism and willpower. Each of these stories paints a vivid picture of the transformative power of Stoicism. James, Jason, and Sam faced different challenges but found a common solution in the principles of Stoicism. They learned to see obstacles as opportunities, to embrace discomfort, and to harness the power of their minds to overcome adversity. It was not an easy journey, but it was one that led to profound personal growth and resilience. These stories are a testament to the transformative power of Stoicism and the growth of willpower that it can foster. They remind us that we are not powerless in the face of adversity. Rather, we possess an incredible inner strength that can be cultivated and harnessed through Stoicism. So as we delve deeper into the world of Stoicism, let these stories serve as a beacon of inspiration, a beacon that illuminates the path to resilience, growth, and transformation. A beacon that reaffirms the timeless wisdom of the Stoics, that we have within us not just the capacity to endure, but to thrive amidst adversity. Now consider how you can apply these principles in your own life to strengthen your willpower. Let's look at some practical Stoic challenges designed to boost your willpower. Firstly, the Stoics encourage us to embrace discomfort. This may sound counterintuitive, but it's a powerful method to fortify your willpower. This could be as simple as taking a cold shower in the morning, or as challenging as implementing a new workout routine. By deliberately choosing discomfort, you teach your brain to become more resilient in the face of adversity. You're not just strengthening your body, you're fortifying your mind. Next, pursue challenging goals. The Stoics believed in the pursuit of virtue above all else. For us, this means setting ambitious goals that push our boundaries. These goals could be related to personal development, career advancement, or even mastering a new skill. The key here is not to focus on the outcome, but rather on the process of striving towards these goals. This process will at times be hard and difficult, but this is exactly what builds our willpower and resilience. Finally, practice self-restraint. This is perhaps the most challenging aspect of Stoicism, but also the most rewarding. This could mean resisting the urge to indulge in unhealthy foods, limiting our time on social media, or even practicing patience in difficult situations. By exercising self-restraint, we're training our brain to resist immediate gratification in favor of long-term rewards. Now let's consider the mental and emotional growth that can result from these challenges. Embracing discomfort can help us develop mental toughness. It teaches us that discomfort is temporary and that we have the power to endure it. It also helps us understand that our perception of discomfort can be modified. What once seemed unbearable can become tolerable, and what was once uncomfortable can become a source of strength. Pursuing challenging goals provides us with a sense of purpose. It helps us realize that we are capable of much more than we initially thought. It also teaches us to embrace failure as a learning opportunity rather than a setback. This mindset is not only beneficial for achieving our goals, but also for enhancing our overall mental resilience. And finally, practicing self-restraint cultivates self-discipline. It helps us realize that we have control over our actions and decisions, rather than being slaves to our desires and impulses. This sense of control is empowering and contributes to our overall sense of self-efficacy and confidence. From a neuroscience perspective, these challenges stimulate the prefrontal cortex, the part of our brain responsible for decision-making, self-control, and willpower. By engaging this part of our brain regularly, we're essentially exercising and strengthening our willpower muscle. So embark on these Stoic challenges. Embrace discomfort, pursue challenging goals, practice self-restraint. And remember, this journey is not about reaching a destination, but about growing and evolving along the way. Embrace these challenges and witness your willpower grow stronger day by day. As we draw to a close, let's reflect on what we've learned today. We dove deep into the lives of individuals who have harnessed the power of Stoicism to build their willpower, overcoming personal obstacles and achieving remarkable feats. From academia to sports, these stories echo the transformative impact of Stoic principles and mental resilience. We've also explored practical Stoic challenges like embracing discomfort and practicing self-restraint designed to foster willpower. These challenges, viewed through the lens of neuroscience, are pathways to emotional growth and mental fortitude. Remember, everyone can cultivate strong willpower, but it's no easy path. It's a path that requires you to try your best every single day. If you don't continue trying, it will go away. So embrace this path. You get to choose exactly who you want to become. You only need to do it. You know exactly what you need to do, now you just have to do it. Finally, we would like to mention that this video was inspired by Andrew Huberman's podcast episode with David Goggins titled David Goggins, How to Build Immense Inner Strength. We highly recommend watching that episode. This is the end of the video, but before you go, I need to tell you that your support means the world to us. If you thought this video was interesting and thoughtful, show some love by hitting the like button and sharing it with your friends. To keep up with our latest content, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Your brain thanks you for tuning in, and we can't wait to see you in our next even better video.